It's a slight acceleration here with the CR-V hybrid. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video we are going to be going over a 2022 Honda CR-V touring with the hybrid powertrain. First and foremost though, a huge shout out and thank you to the Stockton 12 Honda here in Utah for giving me some time with this CR-V. Check out their inventory in the description down below. Let's get right into the video. So under the hood, we have a 2-liter 4-cylinder that is paired to a hybrid system. Now, total system output is 212 horsepower with fuel economy being 40 around town and then 35 on the highway. And I love how you can see all the stuff from the hybrid system in orange. I think it just looks really cool here in the engine bay. Now let's go over the front end of the CR-V hybrid. First off, the lights are going to shut off shortly. It's kind of a Honda feature, so we'll go over them. You've got the LED reflector lights with the accent lights off to the side. I think overall, they look great. You guys can see they shut off. You've got the chrome trim that goes into the headlight housing, and then you've got the normal CR-V hood. We have blue around the Honda logo to signify this is a hybrid, and then notice how part of the grille is blacked out. I definitely like that look. There are parking sensors here on the front end, and then you can see the fog lights here at the bottom. And overall, I think that this is a good looking vehicle. Now coming on the side here, we've got two 35mm tires wrapped around 19-inch wheels in the front and over in the rear as well. And then you guys can see the coloration on the wheels themselves. So you've got the silver and then you've got that dark metallic gray there on the inside. And you know, overall, not the craziest looking wheel, but I think it still looks pretty good. You've got the plastic cladding there on the bottom that continues to the fender flare and then along the side here. And then you can see the chrome trim there at the very bottom. There's also more chrome trim around the windows as well, and you guys can see the full side view here with the CR-V. Now here's our key fob with the CR-V. You've got the Honda logo there on the back. We have the lock, the unlock, the remote start, and then the opening for the hatch. We'll hold that down and then that'll open up the rear hatch. As for the remote start, all you have to do is just lock it first and then hold the remote start down and then it'll do it. That's why it says hold there in the middle between both of those functions. Anyways, actually popping here into the rear. First off, you notice that we have this cargo cover right here. And then this is to throw down the second row seat. There's also another latch there at the top, but this is so you can access it from the back. We have all of our floor mats back here. And then you can see you've got some, you know, storage space kind of underneath that area, but overall storage space here in the back is actually really solid, and notice how you can hold it to set the height if you don't want it to open up all the way. Pretty cool feature. But yeah, press that and well, she'll close right up. Now let's finish things up in the rear of the CR-V. So first off, we have the signature CR-V taillights right here, and then you can see more chrome trim that goes to another blue Honda logo. Lots of snow falling from the roof. More regular badges. We do have our hybrid touring badge there at the bottom. Parking sensors here along the rear, and then you guys can see the little recovery hook there, which is pretty cool. But yeah, that is all for the rear. Now here's the door panel at the rear. So notice we've got nice trim right here, the stitching, wood trim down below, and then soft touch down below that with a bunch of nice stitching. And then you can see the door handle right there, speakers for the sound system. And then here are the seats in the back. So you've got the nice leather trim here with the perforated leather in the center. And, well, take off the shoes first. You guys can see legroom. Can see headroom as well. We have a couple vents right there with some USBs, which is definitely nice. And then this pulls down to be an armrest with some cup holders, nice padding on it. And let's head to the front. Now here's the door panel at the front. So again, you guys can see the really nice trim with the wood trim, and then down below with more nice leather and stitching. All of our window controls are here. The front two are automatic. Got our mirror adjustments, memory seats right here, and another speaker for the sound system. The mirrors do have blind spot monitoring. And well, we got the plastic covering on this seat. So you guys can see the passenger seat over there. Same design as what you have in the rear with the nice leather on the sides and then the perforated leather down the center. And you guys can see a closer look at the design right there. Got your adjustments here on the side of the seat. Pedals just down below. That is the gas cap release, the hood release. We have this for the stability control. That's for the collision assistance, lane departure, parking sensors. That is for the hatch. More wood trim there. And there's one more look before we pop in. Now here's the steering wheel with the CR-V. You've got really nice leather all around the steering wheel, and then you guys can see the darker stitching here on the center portion. Heated steering wheel button right here with the adaptive cruise control. We've got the steering assistance, paddle shifters here on the back of the steering wheel, voice command, phone controls, all that fun stuff. Turn signal light stock. windshield wiper stock on the other side, and, well, that is everything here for the steering wheel. Now here's the center gauge cluster. We've got the battery charger on one side, and then we have the fuel on the other side, and then here in the center you've got like your speed and everything, and you can scroll through a few different menus here in the center. Nothing too crazy, but we do have some different drive modes. We have an econ mode, which is like your eco mode, and we have a sport mode. Notice how it goes red and aggressive when you go into the sport mode for sporty driving, and well, that's all for that. Now let's go over the center infotainment system. First off, we pop it into reverse. We've got a backup camera with trajectory lines that do turn with the steering wheel, and then there's a few different viewpoints there with that whole setup, which is definitely solid. Moving on from that, as for the rest of the infotainment system, first off, response time is actually really good with these buttons on the side, and then as for the screen, again, I'm wearing gloves, so this isn't super fair, but you guys can see it still picks up my finger pretty well. So overall, I think they did a great job with the infotainment system. We've got dual zone climate controls just down below. We've got heated seats here for the front passengers, which I am definitely a huge fan of because it's cold and windy today. Parking brake right here. We've got our brake hold. Transmission select here. We've got our sport mode, econ mode, and then our EV mode. And then down below, we've got our wireless phone charger with a couple of USBs. Got a couple of cup holders here, and then we have the center console set up. You guys can see storage space in here is great, and then you can slide that forward, and then that gives you access to even more storage space with a 12 volt inside of it. So yeah, there's storage space on top of storage space. Wood trim right here, and then you can see more nice trim on the dash. And then opening up the glove box, which apparently I can't. There we go. You guys can see that's good from a storage space perspective. And then we do have a sunroof, which is covered in snow, as you can see. And then we've got a sunglass holder with a mirror in it, so you can see the little kids there in the back. And that's all for the top. Now, sorry about the glare, but here's our window sticker for this CR-V Touring Hybrid. Now, I'm gonna try to show you guys everything, but I think there's a little bit too much glare for you guys to read, so I'll just kind of like quickly graze over it. Anyways, $37,975 is the total MSRP on this CR-V Touring Hybrid, and let's quickly take it out for a short little drive. Now let's quickly go over visibility before we set off here on the CR-V. There's your visibility of the hood. Both the mirrors, again, they do have blind spot, and then throughout the rest of the rear, and well, let's set off. Oh, we are setting off here in the CR-V Hybrid, and first off, let's talk about the road noise and the ride quality. So first off, from a ride quality perspective, it's actually super smooth. Really quiet as well. It definitely gives you this nice kind of like luxury feel, and that's what a lot of hybrids will do because it'll switch between having the engine on and off, and when the engine's off, it's super quiet, which is definitely a big plus if you ask me. Aside from that, seat comfort's actually really good. The seats are pretty supportive, and on top of that, they're wide enough that if you're larger, then you can fit in it. And I'm wearing like a bunch of coats right now because it's super cold outside, and I fit in the seat perfectly fine, so that just goes to show you with that. Aside from that, steering is very light. Yeah, suspension's really good too. They did a good job with the suspension on it. I think I read in the window sticker it has McPherson front struts, and you can definitely feel that it's very well put together with everything. So they did a good job with all of that. Heated seat coming in clutch. Like I said before, it's definitely super warm. And the other thing I just want to mention is just how well put together this car feels. Like everything that you touch and feel just feels really sturdy, basically, which I think is a huge plus, and that's kind of what you would expect, right, from Honda. But then also kind of in this segment, right, you're wanting a vehicle that lasts a long time, and this definitely has that sturdy feel, like it is going to last a really long time. Now we're going to pop it and see if it'll let me go into the EV mode. Oh, so while the cabin's being heated, it won't let me go into EV mode. Let me see if I can turn off. Oh, that's turning down the temperature. See if I can turn off the climate controls. So say off for the climate controls. And now let's see if it lets me go into EV mode. And did that work? It still says cabin being heated. That's weird because I turned off the climate, so it's not heating the cabin. I don't know, people. You know what, I tried. We'll put it in the sport mode though. So we got sport mode on. I'm just gonna leave it in full automatic. So we are taking our turn here, and we're gonna get a slight acceleration here with the CR-V Hybrid. Yeah, it gets up and it moves. Definitely good. Yeah, definitely feels like 212 horsepower. So that is definitely super solid. And the brakes feel normal. They don't feel like weird electric car brakes or hybrid brakes or anything like that. This feels like it has a normal brakes. Now it says EV ready. So I guess that acceleration charged it up enough that we can use the full, let's see. So now we're in EV mode. So this is full electric, no engine or anything like that. Super quiet. Turns on, yeah, as soon as you like get super far into the throttle, it just snaps it off and goes out of the EV mode. EV mode ready. Now we'll press it again. There we go, EV mode on again. So if you're just kind of like coasting and if you're not going to get the throttle all that much, you can use the full EV mode. So summing things up here with the CR-V hybrid, I think it's a great looking car from an exterior aesthetics perspective. Interior is really nice with this touring package. And then aside from that, from a hybrid perspective, you know, this gets great fuel economy, power delivery is great, just does a really good job with everything. So yeah, as an overall package, it's definitely super solid. So if you're looking for, you know, a really good hybrid SUV that's reliable, that has good build quality, check out this new CR-V hybrid. Now let's get some things up for our video on this 2022 Honda CR-V Touring Hybrid. Again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Stockton 12 Honda here in Utah for giving me some time with the CR-V. Check out the inventory in the description down below. I'll see all of you in the next video.